Guess what time it is? It is time, because it is winter where I live, to share some of my favorites for these freaking cold winter months. Not only is it cold outside and those winter winds just pierce your skin in a way that, man, you never thought it could. The dry heat in your house, at least for me, is so drying on my skin. So it's just a really bad combo. So I have some skin favorites, not just for the face, but for the body. I have lifestyle favorites, just cozy things that I'm loving that are specific, like very specific products I love. So I pulled you guys on Instagram and asked whether you wanted to see just like skincare winter favorites, or if you just wanted to see it all. Some cozy like clothing items, tea, perfume, things that aren't just skincare that I love specifically in the winter. So 80% of you said, yes, that's what you'd rather have than just skincare. And I'm so excited to share that I'll be partnering with Maylove for this video. They're sponsoring a portion of it, and I love Maylove. I've been using them for years. I have their Glow Maker serum sitting on my vanity right now, half gone, probably the 4th bottle I've gone through of that. It's my favorite daytime serum, but I want to share with you guys a new discovery. Now, I will say this, it is a pricier product compared to most of their serums. I thought about not mentioning this and picking a different product to talk about because they kind of leave it open and I can pick what product I want to mention. But even though this is pricier, I just have noticed such a difference in my skin and the dryness of my skin. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to mention it anyway. It is their Love 31 Precious Face Oil. This retails for $74.95. And I know you're like, Jessica, whoa, pump the brakes. First of all, you use a very little amount of this. So the way that I infuse this into my skincare routine is after I have done everything to my face at night, I have cleansed my skin, I've toned my skin. If I wanted to use an essence, definitely a serum, moisturizer. Then after the moisturizer, I will use this oil all over my face and I'll just gently pat it into my skin. I am telling you, this has completely transformed my dry winter skin. I usually, by this time of year, end of January, have dry spots, especially there, usually around my nose. Nope. And the only big change I've made to my routine is this. And so I feel like I have to attribute it to that. The way they describe it, it's a decadent face oil. It's a potent cocktail for your skin, derived from 31 botanical extracts and vitamins to nourish, hydrate, repair, and protect your skin. Over 90 versions were required to perfect this product due to the immense complexity in calibrating the multitude of ingredients for optimum efficacy while maintaining formula stability. So I just feel like it is the most luxurious, wonderful product that I've added to my skin. I try to save money when it comes to so many things, and you'll see I've got a bunch of drugstore things I'm going to be mentioning, but sometimes if you can afford it, it's so nice to splurge on something that's really going to make a difference for your skin, and that's what I think this is. So another quick mention, I did want to say that they have these kits available on their website, and there's one called their Winter Skin Kit. Basically how their kits work is you get 3 products, you save typically around $20, so you do save money, and if you've been wanting to try a couple of products from Maylove, this would be a great way to do it. But what I like about it is, for example, in the Winter Skin Kit, you can see that they even tell you how to use these 3 products together. And I just think that that is something that in the realm of skincare, it can be very overwhelming. I know I'm not alone. I just hit my 30s. I'm turning 31 this week. And I just feel like when I'm trying to amp up certain parts of my skincare routine and you start diving into like different products, it is overwhelming. You're like, well, how do I use this with this? And which do I do first? And I like that they break it down. They make it really, really easy. And their products are incredible. They're effective. Most of them, like their serums, are typically around $28, which I think is a very fair price for how incredible they are. Definitely check them out. I have the link down below. Thank you, Maylove, for continuing to support my channel. I love your brand. I think you're doing some really cool stuff with skincare. Now, let's get into some other stuff. So speaking of skincare, I only have one other facial skincare to mention. It's from the brand Belif, and it is their Aqua Balm sleeping mask. I just like sleeping masks in general. This is one of my favorites. I don't think it has to be this one. Laneige makes a great one as well, and it's actually in kind of similar packaging. I just think these kinds of products are incredible for if you just feel like maybe once or twice a week your skin needs a huge burst of moisture. This kind of product will provide that for you. So I would put this on at the very end of my skincare routine. Maybe on a night I don't use the oil, and I just feel like I wake up in the morning and it's got that extra glow to it. So this is something that I just think they're nice to use. I love that it's a sleeping mask. You don't technically need to wash it off in the morning. I don't use this every night. Like the oil I would use every night, but this is something I would use once or twice a week. Especially if you're someone that doesn't have time necessarily to do a mask every night or a mask once or twice a week. I don't even do a mask once or twice a week. That's a way to still do a mask, but not have to worry about waiting 20 minutes and washing it off and all that. It's awesome. Let's move into Body oil has transformed my skin. Okay, so when I was pregnant a few years ago, don't pull away if you don't care about pregnancy. Just stay with me, okay? I can feel some of you pulling away. I felt like I needed something to help kind of prevent stretch marks, but also just keep my skin super nourished. And so I discovered first the Neutrogena Body Oil. I have this one, that's what I'm currently using, so I wanted to recommend. I also love the Shea Moisture one, I'll put on the screen right there. Both of these I love. I just kind of go back and forth. This is the fragrance-free version, which I'm enjoying. I leave it in my shower, and so after I am done in the shower, I've towel dried, I'll just throw my towel up on the sink, on the shower head ledge. What is that called? And I will squirt this, and I do it all over my legs. Literally, as I always say, from here down, I put this body oil on. And I just feel like, even if I don't necessarily have time to put on lotion all over my body after the shower, which I know I should make time, but I'm human and I am impatient. For body lotion, I'm like, oh, come on, like I just want to be done. So at least I can get this in the skin. Now, ideally, if you could follow it up with an amazing body moisturizer like the Cerave. I don't currently own one, actually. I've gone through all of my tubs. The Cerave moisturizing cream, I'll put on the screen right there. That stuff is so good at kind of holding in the oil and holding in all the moisture to your skin. So that plus this, your skin will be so hydrated. I would say give it about 2 weeks and you will notice a huge difference in your skin. But oils changed the game. I didn't have any stretch marks. Again, it could be hereditary. However, siblings of mine have stretch marks, so I don't know. Regardless, this stuff is incredible. And I feel like the Neutrogena sinks in pretty quickly to the skin and you don't feel super greasy. Sometimes the Shea Moisture one will linger a little bit longer. I don't mind it, but if you are someone that minds it, you might prefer the Neutrogena one. Let's talk about dry feet. Some of you guys, I've talked about this so much, but I fly through these. This is the CeraVe Renewing SA Foot Cream. SA stands for salicylic acid. What this is gonna do for your feet and hands. I use it on my hands too. Shh, don't tell anyone. It'll chemically work onto the skin to turn over the skin cells. So literally the dry skin you're seeing, it's going to kind of fix that problem. It has the ceramide, so it's gonna really help with hydration. It works throughout the night. You could use it in the morning as well. I just tend to use it at night when I think about it, you know? Whatever's left on my hands from putting it on my feet, I'll usually just quickly rub on the backs of my hands, you know? I just said, you know, like 10 times. Now, I do, however, have a favorite hand cream I leave in my purse. This is the L'Occitane, just traditional shea butter hand cream. Actually, this particular one I haven't even opened. It's from Ashley Lamora here on YouTube. She does have a channel. Thank you, Ashley, for sending this to me. That was so nice of you. It's actually my favorite. So it's nice. I have my next one to throw into my purse. And I was using a different brand of a hand cream I wasn't really enjoying. So I'm excited to have this in my life again. This is so incredibly hydrating and actually does make a difference in your skin. Whereas I feel like a lot of hand creams I use over the years, they can feel good, but I'm not actually seeing a difference. This one does. I don't like a heavy scent in it, so I like that this doesn't have a scent. All right, I think we can move away from like beauty care. Oh, well, I have one more thing, a perfume. This is the Ysl Black Opium. This, for whatever reason, is my winter scent. I cannot wear this in the summer. When I smell it in the summer, I'm like, nope, it's all wrong. It's a wintry scent to me. It's a kind of, I don't want to say heavy, but it is a heavy scent, you know what I mean? But it still smells sweet and flirty and feminine, but with that like slight little like depth to it. And I think that's what makes me think of winter. And so for me, I'm halfway through it. I've been rocking it this winter. And even in the fall, I'll start using it, but it's just one of those scents for me that it always makes me think of winter, so I figured this is the perfect time to mention it. Oh, one more thing that will come as no surprise to you is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I'm almost through this one. This is, I think, the third one of these I've gone through. I just love it. I use it at night, man, and I know some people are like, I don't get it, and other people totally get it. It works for me. It absolutely works for me, and when I didn't bring this when I was traveling last week, and I noticed a big difference in my lips. So I just feel like this actually does, I should have just brought it with me. Overnight, it really does fix my lips. And my lips, I wake up with plumper, more hydrated lips. I sometimes use it during the day too, because it just looks so pretty. We're gonna get into some cozy stuff. Tea. If you remember a million years ago, I used to do these like tea hauls. And so I would share like a bunch of boxes of tea I bought and like what I was loving. And I still love tea. I drink it, I really only drink it like once a day, usually by about midday. And then of course, sometimes in the evening. So I guess that would be sometimes twice a day. I've got some sort of a head cold kind of thing going on right now. So I'm drinking some tea Don't judge me. It's the same mug from yesterday. I just love it. I'll be using it all week, folks. It's the traditional Medicinals Cold Care. That's what I'm drinking now. Taste-wise, it's got a nice taste. It's not overwhelmingly anything, which honestly is typically the kind of tea I like. I don't like anything overwhelmingly minty or overwhelmingly spicy. This is a really nice flavor to me. It's caffeine-free, but it's supposed to have stuff that kind of can help with the cold. I love, it says warms your spirits and brings comfort on cold winter nights. I agree. But it says it's got elder, yarrow, and peppermint. The foundation of this tea are a classic European blend of herbs used for centuries. It does have a slightly minty, but not, like I said, not overwhelming. But it also has some rosehip, cinnamon bark, ginger, licorice root, yeah, and of course the elderflower. And it makes me feel better. I told Tyler, I'm like, I kind of treat this as like pseudo medicine. Most of the time when I have a cold, I don't take medicine because I don't like the way it makes me feel. You know how cold medicine, like the good stuff, can make you feel? I don't like that. So I'd rather just deal with the symptoms, but then be able to have tea and stuff like that, and then I'll take like zinc things. Long story short, I think that's really good. Another one if you're sick, since I feel like winter is just a time that we're all sick, you know? Yesterday I had a sore throat and I used their throat coat, and it brought me back when I was in school for musical theater, and like we'd all be drinking throat coat, worried about our singing voices. That one I do think is a pretty strong flavor. However, it did make my throat feel better. So both of those are really good, both from that same brand. So one thing, the one I said you might have to go to the Dollar Tree to find, I mean, you could literally find these anywhere. Target sells them, but it's cheaper at the Dollar Tree, are these kinds of socks. So here's the thing. I love cozy socks, but the ones that go up really high, I can't mess with. They make me crazy. They make my calves itch. Like, I just don't like them. I own a few and I'll wear them when I'm really, really cold. But most winter days, my feet are always cold, and regular socks just aren't cutting it if I'm putzing around the house. So these kind are like the thick and cozy kind, but they have the little rubber type stoppers on the bottom that help you from slipping, like if you have hardwoods or just hard floor in general. But they're still cozy and warm without going all the way up your leg. So I found these at the Dollar Tree. I actually have lost my other one. I'm so sad. So I need to go back, and I think honestly I'm gonna stock up. I'm sure they're typically like $2 or $3 probably at Target, so they're not crazy expensive, but I mean, if you can get them for $1, why wouldn't you? And I was telling Tyler, I'm like, I feel like these kinds of things are something that you're gonna wear through them just as fast, whether they were $1 or $3. So a cozy fleece. So I have had the problem of trying to find a fleece that's not, you know, those really popular fleeces. I have like one or two in my closet that are really, really thick, like Sherpa warm fleeces. Those are fantastic. However, when I'm cold, I put it on. It warms me up in about 5 minutes, and then I want to take it off because I'm too warm. But then some fleeces are so thin that I put them on and I'm like, these are like warmer, but it's not quite warming me up the way I need to when I'm really cold. This is right in the middle. I got it on Amazon. This is, first of all, I think really cute. I love that it's got the fleece, but then it's got this cute quilted area right here, right at the chest area. I think the side snaps are really cute. Every time I wear this, I get asked where I bought it. Family, friends, strangers, people at the grocery store, whatever. It's just one of those kinds of things that people see and they're like, that's cute, it looks comfy, and it is cute and comfy. It's not crazily priced, like I said. This is a very particular colorway. They have like tan and white, which is really cute. They have like gray and black. They have so many different versions. I might buy another, but again, I'm like, Jessica, you don't need it, so I probably won't. But they're all so cute, and I just had to give a shout out because I feel like Amazon can be very hit or miss, and this is one of those things that I think is an absolute hit. And I like that you can unbutton the button so you don't feel like you're suffocating, you know? What about cozy PJs? This for me was the year of buying some fresh PJs. I feel like I go through seasons where I don't buy PJs for years, but then I wear them out and then I need to buy fresh ones and get rid of them. And it's hard for me to get rid of PJs because I'm like, well, if they're comfy and they're worn out, but they're okay, then why get rid of them? But I'm like, you know, walk around in PJs enough in my house. I would like to have ones that I like, that I feel like aren't completely worn down and 5 years old and holes in the bottom, you know, whatever. Not the bottom, like the bottom of the, okay. So I have some options here. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to, I know I can find links for this, but don't pay the full price for this. I'll tell you that right now. So first of all, Costco. If you have a Costco membership, Sam's Club too, they always have really good deals on cozy PJs. This is the Splendid brand, and I got it in a little set, and it's just like a long sleeve, and they're so cozy. They're baggy where I feel comfortable, but they're not overwhelmingly baggy. They're not tight, they're loose, and I still got my normal size, so I love that. This is my favorite PJ brand. The brand is PJ Salvage, but I first discovered them on like Nordstrom Rack's website because they're way cheaper. So I would say if you're wanting nice PJs, I do recommend the brand PJ Salvage, but the full price like at Nordstrom is ridiculous. So that's just something to keep in mind, but I do love this. I do really, really like it, and I got it in a trunk club, and I love this like waffle weave kind of thing, and they're really well made. These are gonna last me forever, and of course you all know I love the animal print. But just splurging for yourself in the winter on a nice pair of PJs. You don't have to spend $100 on them, but I just mean, you know, find a good deal on a pair that are cozy. Maybe you like the ones that actually button up, that are flannel. I'm not big into those. I do have one pair I like that, again, I got at Costco. But just find yourself a nice pair that you feel kind of cute in and that you're cozy in. I just think we all deserve that, don't you? So I thought about mentioning sweaters, but I was like, you know what? You can find cozy sweaters, obvious. That's why I mentioned the fleece, because I do specifically like that for a reason. But sweaters, you can find amazing deals on sweaters anywhere. Just the big old turtleneck ones that are cozy, or like an off-the-shoulder one, or whatever you're into, you can find it anywhere. But I did want to mention a robe. Now, stay with me, because I did mention this robe in my lifestyle favorites of the year, and it was still a new discovery to me. But I do think having a robe that you love, that fits your sleeve, like your arms right, it's cozy, it stays tied, it's maybe got pockets, it's the right material that you personally like. This is the first robe in my life that I've ever felt this strongly about. And it is pricey. This was like a $100 freaking robe. I know, I can hear you judging me. But you know what? It was the best $100 I've ever spent. So it's from the brand Ugg, and they have different colors. I know some people are like, why would you buy a white robe? You're gonna get everything on it. And I'm doing good so far. This is the most comfortable, perfectly fitted robe I've ever worn. I could wear it all day long. It doesn't like come untied, which that drove me crazy with other robes I have. It's not too heavy and bulky, but it's also not too thin where you don't feel like covered. It is the perfect robe, you guys. There's a reason I brought it up twice. It's a freaking robe, I know, but it is life-changing. If you have this robe, please back me up down in the comments. I swear I'm not crazy. It is that good. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, I know it's kind of random, but a really good coffee mug that keeps your coffee hot. My gosh, I just feel like a good coffee mug can sometimes be hard to find if you take your coffee to work or just out on errands or whatever you're doing, dropping your kid off at daycare. This brand, Contigo, you can find everywhere. Grocery stores, Targets, everywhere. This I bought a few years ago. It's their Bueno. I don't even know if they sell it. But if you can find a good vacuum sealed mug that you like for me, I like the color pink, but I like that this has a really stellar lid where it actually, you can hear it click. I know it's shut. I don't know that I've ever held it upside down, but I'm pretty sure it's airtight. It is definitely airtight there. It will keep my coffee warm an entire workday. Like, this was still the mug I brought when I was teaching a year and a half ago. It's lasted a long time. But just finding one that'll keep it hot, especially in the winter weather. If you're living in a place like that's 11 degrees, and some of you guys, I know it's like -10 where you are, you want something to keep your coffee warm. So that's all. Okay. I feel like there are 10,000 more things I can mention. I was like, oh, I could talk about candles. But I'm like, Jessica, you got to cut it off somewhere. I could talk to y'all all day long. I know you know that. I know you know that. I hope this was helpful and just fun to watch. If you're a YouTuber, I'd love to hear about your winter favorites just across the board, not just like skincare, but everything. Thank you again, Maylove, for sponsoring the beginning of this video. I love working with you and I love your products. So just another shout out to them. If you're interested in the Love 31 oil or any of the kits or anything else I mentioned, I will have links down in the description box below for you to check it out. I hope you'll subscribe, stick around for more of my beauty and lifestyle videos. I put up videos 3 times a week, sometimes more depending on how things go throughout the week, but always at least 3 times a week. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in my next one. See ya.